Welcome back, guys. It's been a while since I've done a video. This is a little bit of an update video, more so going through some stuff I was playing with in Unity. I recently updated Unity to 2018.2 because I was well behind the crowd. I was using 2017.3 for way longer than I should have and didn't realize. Playing with a few things in the last couple days. One of them is, I guess you call it we'll just call it an asset because it covers a bunch of stuff. It's got plugins and all kinds of stuff in it. Bearded Man Studios has Forge Networking Remastered. I'll probably refer to it as FNR going forward. But it's just about anything you could want to do networking wise, both inside Unity, but their library still works for regular C# in Visual Studio. And that's another thing that I had to get used to switching up to 2018. It now uses Microsoft Visual Studio Community Edition. And I had to do some little things that weren't straightforward for me anyways to get it attached to Unity, and the highlighting and being aware of my code for the autocomplete hints and whatnot. And then I put another plugin that was referred to me that also does a little bit more highlighting of the syntax, so the way I like it. But anyhow, in Unity, Shadergrap was one of the main reasons for me doing this update. The visual pipelines and stuff that had come out, so I decided, hey, let's give it a go and try and migrate one of my projects up. So while testing the network in very early stages, just a little chat program, I decided to have a look at this Shadergrap. So in Shadergrap, it allows you to mix shaders visually. Nothing too amazing. But what I wanted to do was, see if I could make a planet with a faked living atmosphere. It's a little bit fast, but that's the whole point. So just a texture, some noises mixed. There's other programs I've used in the past that have graph-based shader editing, but this is built right into Unity now. And then I also have this one here, which is sort of simulates a sun. Again, it's just mixing components of Shadergraph. So that's what you get there. I mean, it was one of my reasons, because this works in the same kind of art flow of same kind of workflow as some of the art programs I've used in the past. A few things you gotta sort of know to make it a little bit smoother for shaders, like knowing how to use their couple steps to go from a 4 float down to a 3 float input. So anyhow, I'm just gonna run this now. I pre-built it so we don't have to sit and watch it build, which is just Control B, and I'm gonna run them in small windows here. So that's, again, their logo for the Forge Networking Remastered. I'm using it in place of the Unity networking because it allows some bigger things, like they have the NAT punch through and lobby servers already built, like you can make them, and it runs standalone in Visual Studio without Unity, so you can write headless dedicated servers for your stuff. But right here, this is just a test, and that's my dog crying in the background because her mom just came downstairs, so she wants attention. Anyhow, things I haven't done yet is I haven't synced the background. The background is just kind of a fun video moving in the background to look at in the live shader test. The networking, obviously I'm on the same machine here, so the server or host talks to the client very well because it's in that. But I've tried a dedicated connection to a friend of mine who had his running in host mode with his port open, so we didn't set up the NAT punch through. We just port with through his DMZ or through an open port, and I think he port forwarded on his end, I'm not sure, but it definitely works and it was very fast. Some things I might do later is sync the objects. And again, sorry for the sounds in the background in case you find it annoying, but anyhow, some things I did were just the ability to add a quick nickname, because maybe you don't want to be called server or client, and obviously if there's more than one client, you don't want to be called client and getting mixed into all the rest of the stuff, because the chat can hold quite a bit. Like, I'm just going to put a bunch of junk in here just to fill up the chat. It will scroll and it can hold a bunch. Now you can run a command locally that'll clear your window locally, and now you can see over here they could clear the window, but a server can also, if I type that right, I can force everybody's chats clear. Whoever's the host can actually force everybody's chats clear, and that's because I was playing around with the ability to send, where is it? Yeah, RPCs, and sending RPCs with this, their plugin or library. Yeah, we'll just call it library. Is pretty simple. So again, I'm just looking for the start of a character that starts a command, checking to make sure that it's not too terribly long. And then once I have the command sorted out, I look for what it contains. So here it's like really simple. The string user command, if it has that at the start, because that's all we care about. We don't care about the rest of it. And you're the server. If the network object is the server, then you can go ahead and send this command to everybody connected. So here we're sending a remote procedure call out to all the other connected clients. So here it's looking for RPC clear all chats. So if we go down to them, you can see it kind of marks up the name of your function. It does that for you. You just have to keep that in mind, but that's all you do. And here it just goes and tells it destroy all the child objects of the chat content. But if you did it to yourself, this one here, whether you're the server or a client, you can clear your own window if you want. So I just did that to kind of test. That's just where I was with Forge at the point. And then the other thing that got me sort of distracted from the network coding was just playing around with the Shadergraph, and I decided to put something moving in the background just for fun. My next trick will be to get it so that everybody who connects gets synced with the current position of where the server's planets are. And maybe I'll put some other fun stuff in the back as I figure out more about that. Anyhow, that's my update. That's where I'm at Unity, and playing around with Shadergraph. And for those who've been helping me test this, it might be cool for them to see the shaders here before they can get home and grab the new copy of this. Anyhow, that's the update. Some other stuff I'll get into later, but that's all for now, and thanks for watching.